Greetings. This is your prophet. Ngwenya today ngifuna ukuthi sikhulume mayelana nesibusiso. How do you receive isibusiso? How do you receive isibusiso? Kungenzeka ukuthi you are a person longakholwa, kungenzeka ukuthi you are a person lokholwako. Either ways, this message is for you. How do you receive isibusiso? How do you receive a blessing? I know that everybody believes in God. Whichever race you may be in, whichever position, country, nation, but one thing, everybody believes in God, and so you believe in God. But today it's how then do you receive that blessing? Isibusiso samkelwa njani? How do you receive a blessing? One, what is a blessing? A blessing can be anything that is given by means of grace, not something that you toiled beyond your power for. But a blessing is something that comes to you being a perfect fit for your shoe. That is a blessing. That comes to you without rules and regulations. That is a blessing. That comes to you without burden. Finances that come to you without burden. Marriage that comes to you without a burden. A condition, an environment you find yourself in that gives peace without a burden. A blessing, something that you own, being given to you. Without having burdens with it. That is a blessing. That is a blessing. When we speak about a blessing, we speak about that. But a blessing, like a child, like a child when he's born, a blessing is like a child before the birth. A blessing, it comes from the invincible, made visible. Like a woman when she gets pregnant. Like a fetus when it grows. So is a blessing a mystery to those who receive it. But now, what is a blessing to you? And how does it come about? Today, I want you to be ready to receive blessings through God. To receive blessings, in fact, from God. To receive blessings through His servants. To receive blessings sometimes through His people. To receive blessings, but the blessings of God. How do they come to you as a person? Blessings of God or blessings from God. How do they come to you? They can come by servants. They can come by His people. Those blessings, they can come to you. Any person you can meet can yield a blessing to you. A servant of God you can meet and yield a blessing to you. A blessing is when you find something that you wish for without any burden, something that you will receive and not to give to you that burden. That is a blessing. Now, to have the ability to provide, to have something because you've hustled for it, to have something because you toiled for it, that wouldn't entirely say is a blessing. No, it is not a blessing. Sometimes as a person, you can manipulate yourself for the things that you want. And that is not the blessing. You can manipulate yourself for work. You can manipulate yourself for marriage. You can manipulate yourself for anything. You can manipulate yourself maybe to have a car. But that is not a blessing. As the old saying says, easy come, easy go. So is everything that a man receives. If you receive something by means of manipulation, so by manipulation it will go away from you. If you receive something by means of grace, so shall it remain to you as grace. But now, a blessing is something that comes from God. You see, then comes down to your life without putting all manner of stray and stresses. A blessing is a shoe to somebody that fits perfectly. A blessing is something that when you have it, everyone will know that it's yours. Truly. Now, I just want to talk about a blessing that you may understand how God blesses his people. How God blesses his people. So when you pray, sometimes it may be that when you pray, God maybe cannot answer your prayers. Not because you are a sinner, not because you don't believe, but because your words, your prayer, maybe that you can adjust at that moment towards God, before the Lord, cannot be in the position to reach him for the reason that maybe your prayer can be blocked in the spirit. But when you pray, then the heavens open for you. Then God sends forth, pour forth his blessings upon you. When you receive those blessings, they become yours fully. There are material things that resemble blessings that are in this world and from this world. There are material things that resemble blessings that are in this world, yet they come from heaven. Ask, it shall be given to you. None take. You see, there's a difference. You ask, then it is given. So many people today, they can say, I'd been having a lot of things. I had cars, I had this, but all those things, they went away from me for this one reason. That person, those things were not his. So you must understand, when things are not yours, you will always manipulate yourself in things, because a blessing, when God is blessing you, surely no man can take away those blessings. When God is blessing you, the blessing by means, when God blesses you with something, no one can judge, no one can condemn you. Why? It's God's blessing. Today, if God grants you power, no one will condemn you over that power. And that power will never leave you, because it cometh from God, it cometh from the Lord. When you have received that finances, those finances that you receive, if they come from the Lord, you won't find yourself being followed by debts, being followed by this, being followed by that. The machinistas want to come into your house and take away your belongings. Because if it's not from God, you'll have to manipulate yourself, your way, to sustain and to maintain what you have received. But now, if you receive something from the Lord, then it becomes yours fully. Give thyself fully to the Lord, that you receive his blessings. Because the blessings of the Lord they come with peace and gladness of heart. Of heart, peace. Be it those finances that bring you peace. Be it that marriage that bring you peace. Be it those cars that bring you peace. Whatever thing that you have that comes from the Lord, and then it contains peace with it. No manipulation. No shortcut. If you easily receive something, it will easily walk away from you. If you receive something because God has given you, no one can take it away from you. No one can repossess you. Can repossess whatever you have. No one. So today I just want to talk about the blessing. Child of God, wherever you are, I want your heart to be open to this, that you may receive the wisdom of God, the possessor of the heavens and the earth, as I come as a servant of the Lord, to say, what are blessings? Blessings, they are spiritual things. They are spiritual elements. They are spiritual. But when blessings, they come from heaven, they come being invincible forces. Then they manifest themselves in this life, in this time. They manifest themselves right here on earth. Then when they come into earth, then they take the form and the times of the earth, the condition and the seasons. Now blessings into your life, they come by seasons. Every time when God is yet to bless you, He will have to prepare you for a blessing that is coming to you. Whenever God is to bless you, He will prepare you. Now, certain blessings you can pray today, some they can come tomorrow, some they can come day after tomorrow, some they can come next year. Now they take the form of the dimension of this world. Now we say our God is eternal. Now where God is, there is no time. Like 1,000 days of this life, they are like one day to the Lord, the sovereign God. So one day to God is like 1,000 of years in this life. That makes you to understand, if you are a person of wisdom, that things that can take about 1,000 years, God can make those things in one day. But when blessings they come into this world, God will have to make you to be matured. Because if you're an amateur and then you receive blessings, those blessings can destroy you. Now God will wait for you to be matured. Then those blessings will eventually manifest. Some blessings God will deliver them through His prophets. Some blessings God will just deliver them through certain people. Some blessings God will deliver them in any way. There is nothing too hard for the Lord, you see. But when we refer to blessings, you must understand the power and the wisdom that comes with receiving blessings. When you receive blessings from the Lord, it is not as men receiveth. What do I mean? God's blessings requires faith. God's blessings to manifest into your life requires faith. But look, whether you have faith or you don't have faith, either ways, when God blesses, He blesses. Because now your faith is elevated because of the Spirit of God at work in your life. Now, if when God is yet to bless you, He put His Spirit upon you so that by His Spirit you may be elevated in your faith. Because you can't have faith over something that does not belong to you, that is not in your presence. Now, it is in the Spirit of God that you receive faith. And when you have received faith, so the blessing that comes with the Lord, surely there are grace and mercy. So I want you to know that God's blessings, they are abundant for you. They are like a needle. They are like an ocean. a greater sea. You put a needle in the ocean, so is your blessing. So your blessings, they're like a fountain of living waters. They're like a fountain of living waters. But when God is blessing you, He will maturalize you first. He will make you to be matured. Then the maturity that comes in time, years, days, months, moments, seconds, hours, minutes, those times, God prepares blessings for you. Those times. Any time is tea time for God's blessings. Because God blesses and He has no respect over the time of this world. Because God is a God who's eternal, not physical. So now, I want you to know that God is a God who blesses. So wherever you are a child of God, I want you to have that thing to say you are ready to receive the blessings of the Lord. Your career, your children, your businesses, your companies, your organizations, whatever it may be, the blessings that will come into those things, they come from heaven. Be afraid not to ask, for it shall be given to you. This is a prophet, the servant of the Lord. Shalom.